quite angry with us at first, and now he's been an excellent leader, and I will say that these stewards have turned this thing around. The union is you. The union is the worker, and we are strong, and we're getting bigger, and this is how we win. Yes. We got the power. What kind of power? Union power. I'm going to give it over to Damon Koford.
Hey everybody, my name is Damon Koford, and I've been working as an AV technician and union steward at the Seattle Convention Center for about 2 years and change now. Before getting into this job, I pretty much knew what to expect. I'd worked in corporate workplaces plenty of times, so my expectations were frankly incredibly low. Not to mention that I knew Encore was basically a monopoly in the industry, and that they were owned by private equity monolith Blackstone, the same corporation that is currently going around and buying homes above market rates and creating a manufactured housing scarcity. Paragons of morality, I know. So fast forward about another year and a half, and after hearing about the union only as a scapegoat for all of Encore's problems that they were clearly making themselves, I knew I had to just go to IATSE directly to clear up any confusion. I received an email about a steward training going on, and I figured I might as well check it out. I came into that meeting genuinely angry about all the false misinformation I had heard rumored about IATSE. But in hindsight, my entire work philosophy has undertaken a metamorphosis ever since that meeting. Since then, things immediately started working out better for my low-wage coworkers and myself. We learned about our wine garden rights, something that Encore never bothered mentioning. We could actually We could actually interpret our relatively lackluster first contract. We knew how to combat the misinformation Encore was constantly whispering into the ears of all their managers. And the timing really was imperative because this was in the months leading into the bargaining meetings for the next contract. And up until then, all I had really heard about it was technicians and managers somehow coming to the conclusion that dropping the contract altogether and cutting ties with the union would result in more money for us somehow and is in our best interest. This couldn't have been less true. Something tells me that between the millions of dollars spent annually by corporations to dissuade workers from unionizing and the at least 1,100 US workers that have literally died to give us our union rights in this country, something tells me that between those two facts, unions actually are in the best interest of us. And after my great experience working with IATSE, nothing will ever influence me otherwise. We've been bargaining for over 9 months now, and it's basically been the exact same song and dance every time we meet. They say they can't give us what we ask, which is essentially marginal increases in wages for my criminally underpaid peers. We generate millions of dollars in revenue for them annually, and apparently, even though that's the wealth we literally created, there's no way we can get any more than fractions above minimum wage. Bullshit. We know that what we are asking for is antithetical to Encore's purpose as a for-profit company. But guess what? The workers are the ones rowing the damn boat in the first place. You know what these major companies tell their workers in these huge meetings about working together? About working as a community with each other to accomplish things? They don't just politely ask their workers. They don't get up there in these massive meetings just to say, I think we should work together, guys. They look their employees dead in the eyes and say, if we want any success in anything, we literally have to work together. So I'm coming to you all now today as a worker, letting other workers know with the exact same level of conviction that if any of us want a better life, if any of us want a future that isn't a bottle of whiskey and a revolver, we as working people literally have to work together. Our future is in each other's hands. It always has been. And any successful future we want has to include working people having economic leverage. Our greatest fear is that we are more powerful beyond measure. We can't keep going in between work and home and just sticking a dopamine IV in our arm and saying, why is life so crazy these days? We must eradicate our culture of complaining about literally everything while simultaneously risking and contributing fucking nothing. The clock is ticking, and as long as we have corporations like Encore, like Blackstone, and all the rest of these sharks literally swimming in the oceans of profit that we create for them, we will never have peace. These corporations have utterly privatized the right to live in peace. Unions are just one of the many tools we have to confront these monsters with. I'm looking at you, Ben Irwin, who is the CEO of Encore and literally steals millions of dollars in worker profits annually. You don't deserve it, Ben. Just because you're the suit at the top doesn't mean anything to the workers creating your value in the first place. Pay the fuck up, Ben. Believing in unions isn't just some hypothetical workplace argument. I'm not trying to win a debate. I'm confidently saying to all my non-unionized peers that there is literally more money in our pockets because of this. We are, without a doubt, so much better off being a union. Find the courage to have genuine conversations with your coworkers. Unionize your workplace if it isn't already. And if it is, extend some of your time to amplify the strength of it. Now, before I wrap up, I have to extend my thanks to Sarah Meyer, who I've only briefly met once, and all the other previous Encore workers who helped lay the foundation to get this market unionized in the first place. I honestly can't imagine how hard that would have been, and thank you all so much. It's really been everything. And to everyone who showed up today, thank you. Please give yourself a pat on the back. You did the right thing today by showing up. You know the enormity of this situation, and you did the right thing. But this is a lifelong journey. Not all of us are friends here. We all know that. But right now, the past has to be the past. In this moment, in what feels like the climax of humanity, we have to have the courage to look our oppressors in the eye and say, we know you're lying. Enough is enough. Tomorrow is all that matters. Thank you very much, folks.